Hey everybody, I want to talk about some things that may be bothering folks right now. With the anxiety going towards a new edition, I want to talk about maybe what happened in another game where there was big change and what have you, and if our society as a whole just happens to collapse, if our community of gamers just happens to just crumble into a state of anarchy, what do we do? How do we cope? And we don't often get to talk about the value in finance, and I'm not talking about what a model cost. I mean, what are things actually worth here in our community after big changes and when things happen. So I want to talk about things, what we might consider apocalypse currency, kind of like, orcs have teeth and things like that. So bases, if you might remember in Age of Sigmar, this small base uh, became instant apocalypse currency. And markets say, studies show, looked at the charts, ran all the regressions. This has become 25 cents. I know you may have already gotten rid of them by now, but this is because this with you cashing in on some of that stuff or maybe getting rid of it before, it helps drive the value of things like this. It's like the paper shortage of comics. Our paper drives, that's why comics are some of the old comics are worth a lot. The larger 25 millimeter bases, 50 cents. I realize I got that reversed, but what is this? The 40 millimeter squares could have been worth $1 if you hold on to them. Here's where things get really interesting. The regimental unit ones, you don't see these anymore. 5 spots. The larger ones, 10 each. Now look, this is just what the charts say. Now, that's all fine and good. That was Age of Sigmar. So this is when, and thankfully, these actually became worth nothing because the community did not collapse and we did not descend into anarchy. But I'm here to tell you there's some other things that are disappearing from the Warhammer world right now, at least by all accounts that we can see. Now, what's hoping held the value of some of this stuff or keep things reasonable for people that may want to get in right now, and this is a joke, folks, so hold tight, is things like Shadow War Armageddon, where some of this stuff is still used, or we'll still see them in Horus Heresy games. So that's keeping things a little bit suppressed. So what do we have right now? The Blast template. Yep. This is what the trends are showing. I would get in now. You never know. I was an artillery player, so I have a lot of these. So it's in my best interest to keep the value on these things stable. But it doesn't stop there. These things, obviously larger. People are going to want to own them, appreciate them, collect them. But this, I'll be honest, this is completely driven by the sheer emotion that is the Flamer templates in 40k 8th edition. So that is helping keep these things high up on the want list. Okay. So I know what you're thinking now. What about these things? And that cloverleaf? It's too soon to tell. Absolutely too soon to tell. These things, it's not. There's not always a size to value thing here. But I believe that there's still too much emotion and too much confusion in the air right now to properly value these things. I'm interested to hear what you guys have in mind. The cloverleaf. The cloverleaf one, the large one, I don't even want to bring it out. I put it in a vault for storage. I don't want to bring it out now because I feel like that could be, the holy grail of templates at some point in the future. Anyway, have fun with it, guys.